Oh yeah, here we go, everybody. Evening hour is live right now. I'm in a crazy mood. I'm telling you now. Way too much coffee. Oh yeah. Here we go. Where the hell? Oh yeah, there we go. The Cave of Wonderful Things, folks. Right there, and the dice are going here. Let's have a show, everybody. My camera's crooked. I hate it when it's crooked. There we go. Why is my camera crooked? Okay, everybody. My name is Cardone. What's up? We are live right here on YouTube. And, if you're ever wondering what this music is, I'll tell you. Remind me. In a second. We're live. This is, my evening hour show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to all of you who are in here on this East Coast snowy evening. The Cave of Secrets is starting to brew. I am obsessed with this thing. It's now officially the mascot of the show. Of this show. Not that. What's up? I drank a lot of coffee today because I had a extremely busy day. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I woke up and had to go to the dentist. Okay, that's whatever. The other thing I had to do is I taught a magic lecture. As soon as that was done, I literally had 30 minutes. I did a magic show live on Zoom, right here, same spot. And it was for JP Morgan, the bank. It was their corporate holiday event on Zoom. And I was one of the breakout rooms. And it just so turns out that my breakout room, I heard, was the most popular room. Just saying. Dude, we got a great house in here tonight. Brother Nick, Aaron, Eric, William, who else? Yeah, come on in. Let's have a party. There's nothing else to do tonight, is there? I didn't make a game plan tonight, except for one of you, I think some of you watching are actually part of the contest. It's a giveaway, not a contest. You will win your face in this pack of playing cards right here. This is live on Kickstarter right now. Satanic playing cards. And we're funded, so it's happening. It was funded in 2 hours. One of you, look at the Joker. Oh boy. One of you tonight is going to win your face on your likeness on an image in the deck. Pretty cool. For all eternity and all the decks. And we also have one for sale for not a cheap price. It's on there. It's part of the, if you donate it, you get it. But we're going to give one away too. We thought that's fair, right? Thank you, William. Oh, Daniel Rose is having coffee and Captain Crunch. Epic. And I think William said he was having coffee and Cinnabons. Yeah. I like that stuff. I'm a junk food man. I've been cutting back though. I'm on not a diet. I don't like to say I'm dieting. I just become aware of my health. And, you know, let's see here. Let me just check something here. Wow, look at the case. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn the damn battery on. Look at the difference when you turn the battery on. There you go. So if you're wondering what this is an unreleased album that I wrote all the songs for and play bass, sing backups, and I play piano on. It's for the band Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black. A few of the songs got leaked and they're online. There's a couple of them. But I was in the band for 6 years. It was wild. We did a lot of art gallery gigs, which lots of do re mi. I did it after I quit Toilet Boys in '02. Did Karen Black for 6 years, but then I went back to Toilet Boys 5 years later after quitting them, and then I was in both bands for a second. And then Toilet Boys kind of started doing this twice a year. We would go do stuff, kind of a thing. But Karen Black, this record one day might show the light of day. I'm very proud of it. It was a year's worth of work. And so what you're hearing in the background are the TV tracks. No vocals. I use them for these things. But if you listen to it, it's pretty... and I use one of them for my card manipulation acts. It's basically a bass and drum thing. Anywho, I don't want to dwell on rock tonight. We're not talking about rock and roll tonight. I thought tonight we would, do this giveaway. And also, I will tell some stories. Now, before we get to all of that, I just have a few things. If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, please do it. I'm trying to get to 1,000. It's not easy. I'm getting there. Oh, you like Karen Black. Cool. Yeah. I got to do one of those Tompkins Square shows. It was a while ago. My God, it was 15, 20 years ago. This is crazy. Anywho, yes, subscribe, please. And if you want to donate, hey, guess what? Right here, ba-bing, there is a donate feature in the description of the show. It has the link. All the donations go right into this show. The lights, the sound, if it sounds good, it's because you guys did that. Thank you. I'm now working up on saving for a really nice camera to get this image even better. The problem is, you've got the $200 camera, the $100 camera. The one I want is $8. The reason why? It's good quality, but the features are for doing live streaming. It's got the screen, and there's some good stuff now. So I'm on my way to that. So if you donate, it's going to that. Other than that, Friday, not tomorrow, 2 more days, I'm going to be doing a Behind the Devil's Curtain, episode 5, and it's on a subject I love to talk about. It is my episode dealing with the subject of neurotheology, and I entitled the episode Hacking God, which I thought was appropriate. How to hack God? Well, I think I figured out a few ways. I think some of you in here might have also, and I think a lot of you will dig some of the things I'm going to talk about. And I really want a live audience for that show because I want to hear questions because I don't have answers, all of them yet. I'm still thinking about it. So when I learn something, whether it be science or philosophy or whatever, it rolls in my mind. And I've been doing a lot of talking tonight in this show, not tonight. I've been doing a lot of talking to a lot of people on the notion of what it is to discuss sensitive subjects with people. Religion and politics and I don't do religion and politics in its true form here because I don't have another voice sitting here to talk to. Believe me, if we could all talk face to face, I would definitely do it. That's why I don't engage online. It's much too nuanced and detailed and complex for a few words online of ranting. I can't stand it. And online, it's you versus a million dummies. Right? It's not a one-on-one. It's you versus the world, and anything you say online can and definitely will be used against you. So therefore, I don't do a lot of this ranting online. Believe me, I'm annoyed at a lot of things I see. And I would love to do my thing, but it's not worth it. Doesn't do anything to me. Now, in person, I do like a good debate, especially when it comes to religion and politics. Religion, mostly. But the subject of neurotheology, it's interesting because the reason why people don't like to... I'm going to write this down. I just had an idea. See? This is how it works. People don't like to talk about sensitive subjects because we evolved not to do that. We evolved to run away from negative emotions. So, talking about neurotheology, I'm going to call NT, is also talking about it is difficult for a lot of people. And it's funny, the thing that makes the God part of the brain do its thing is the same thing. It's the fear buttons. Talking about NT is the same as the thing that triggers the Okay. This is for my own. I'm not doing this for you. This is... I get a little whim of an idea. If I don't write it down, it's gone. Bye. Don't know you. You got to write it down. Especially like... Yeah, cognitive dissonance is... Yeah, that's the word. Cognitive dissonance. My mom's in. What's up, mama? Cognitive dissonance is... Yeah, it causes cognitive dissonance, which makes you go, I'm going to go over here. That's what people do. My favorite... Well, not my favorite. The most shocking thing is when somebody says an idea of sorts, and I present my counter, or I point out a fallacy in what they said, or an inconsistency, or I ask them to just define the words they're using, and they immediately get mad. It goes from I know to anger, which usually means they didn't know. Interesting. Yeah. Keeping an idea book is close by. I remember William, too, is... I think, William, you and I were chatting the other day. You said you started really doing the right thing. It's right. It works. As soon as you start writing stuff down, it just... If you would... I'm not going to show you now, but if you looked on my couch right now, there are white papers with scribbles. You would think I'm a raving madman. And I'm not saying I'm not, but... I like to write it all down kind of crazy and then organize it and then refine it. It's similar to how improv works for me. Improving ideas, brainstorming, you gotta start with no editor, just go. I am gonna bring up one thing tonight in politics. Very small. Tiny. And I just want to say it because I do think it's important for people to talk about this. Especially because we are broadcasting live on YouTube right now. Oh, I'm going to give a little YouTube plug. I don't like how they run their show, but I do like YouTube, the pay version. It's, what is it, $10 a month, $12 a month, but you get no commercials. For me, that's worth $12 a month, especially if you're on YouTube as much as I am. I work on it now, and I do watch YouTube videos. No commercials. Here's what I wanted to mention politically, really quick. And the artist Stuart Palm, the artist who designed the Satanic Blankets, he's in here too. He's going to jump in a second. I wanted to say this quickly. I saw in the news today, Governor Cuomo just put a ban on all the sale of hate symbols sold on state ground. And when he said hate symbols, he's referring to swastikas and the Confederate flag, which I understand are both offensive to certain people. Yeah, I understand that. My problem is I don't like banning any hate speechy things, symbols or words or anything, for a myriad of reasons. I could do 2 hours on why I think it's really bad. I want people to talk about this. I get why people don't like the things, and I don't like them either. But I'm going to say right now, hate, you can't get rid of it by banning it. That's one. And two, who's the judge? And who's saying what's hateful and why? Because I can show you lots of things I like that certain people think are hateful, and I don't think so. Just like even hate images, like the swastika and whatnot, they're all debatable. The swastika is originally a Buddhist symbol. So what if you show the Buddhist version, which is a little different? I mean, it looks pretty much the same to the untrained eye. What if someone's deeply offended by the Buddhist one? Are they going to ban that one too now? You see, there's a chain of action here that starts to get a little gray. And I don't... Exactly, William just brought it up. It's all relative to who's in charge and who's calling the shots. And I said to one of my friends, we were having a chat about this, they believe that it should be banned, hate speech. And I said, well, who's going to do the ban? The president? And they were like, well, and they realized, because they didn't like Trump. And I was like, yeah, see, like, if you don't like him, you're going to let him regulate what he thinks is hateful, and you might not, and vice versa. You see, it all depends who's in charge and who's calling the shots. And in this country, it's always somebody different. So I'm trying to keep this very just like, I'm throwing it out there. I want people to discuss this. To me, our free speech is literally the most important thing we have. All good speech pretty much started off as blasphemy, just so you know, and called hate speech. So I really want people to talk about it. I think people need to talk about it with their kids. Most kids don't understand what free speech means. And also, it also means you will be offended. If there's free speech, you're going to get offended. Too bad. That's the way it goes. So, yeah, you see, yeah, you guys get banned all the time just making jokes, right? And I have this set up to take out swear words because I know some kids watch this or whatever. But I don't like how the corporate run version of media works now because they can ban any speech they want, even though they're a platform. It's very weird. So that's about as political I'm going to get on here because free speech is how I make a living, folks. It really is. Well, there you go, Daniel. You know. Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people are offended by that. Or that. So I just think it is very relative. I'm an artist. I sometimes use hateful things to cause an emotional occurrence because it's something dramatic, right? That's what movies do. That's what plays do. That's what theater does. That's what a song can do. You can use hateful ideas to stimulate and make a point, you see? So as an artist, I take it very serious about what is any speech ban. Any. And people that go, well, it's illegal to yell fire in a movie, in a theater. That's not free speech. That is a different thing. That is not you expressing your... That is you inciting a riot on a false... I hate it when people use that analogy. I'm like... Oh, that's another pet peeve of mine. Bad analogies. Bad analogies. They sound good, but when you break it up, it has nothing to do with the argument. Yeah, I know, Alec, didn't you just get the boot recently? Now, I've never been booted off of any public platform. I'm a pretty good boy. I try not to swear. I do occasionally. I do magic shows for, like, super religious people, a corporate event, kids parties. I have some editing buttons I can turn. So I play a squeaky clean game. My life on Facebook and YouTube pretty much is non-political. I really keep out of it. 7-day ban. I pretty much keep out of the politics. I don't attack other religions directly. I think some people might think I'm attacking religion just because of who I am and how I express myself. And if that's true, then I don't really care. But I don't go out of my way to single out, and especially when someone's not going out of their way to bother me. You just got back out of Facebook jail. I mean, honestly, for me, if I can't post on platforms, it hurts my business. I look at my social media is not as fun as it used to be. It's definitely a work thing for me. Now, I'm having fun, and I love interacting with all my friends and family, and a lot of you I know some of you, and we're friends, and I love that we get to interact this way and, do our thing. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to keep going on the politics. But I want everybody to talk about with their kids. If you have kids, they need to learn this stuff, or at least talk about it. Have your opinion. One quick thing. When my son was in elementary school, the art teacher banned kids drawing violent imagery. So no swords, no guns, no like crazy, gross monsters eating people. And I really took offense to that. I thought it was really sad and dangerous that they did that. I went into the school, started asking questions why. They didn't have any answers. I said, what if I was a soldier? And they drew a picture of me with a gun. They were like, well, we didn't think of that. And I go, you should have. Maybe you should have before you told the kids they can't draw these things. I said, what if the kid's disturbed and having abuse at home and wants to kind of express it on a piece of paper? Again, they were like, out. Stupidity at its finest. Think about it before you do these things, folks. What does it mean? What's the symbolicness of it all? If you're telling kids they're not allowed to draw certain things, I mean, I don't know. Awesome. Yeah, you got to do it with your kids, man. Yeah, I know a lot of you do. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I talked to it with my kids too. I have 2 kids. They're both big now. They're both teens. One's an adult. But ever since they were really little, I talked about free speech and art and what it means. I made a post today on my Instagram about free speech. What did I write? Here, let me read it, because I like to come up with a... Oh, shit! That was funny. I literally just fell. I have to pull the... I have to go look at this now. I'm sure you saw the floor move. I have cords and wires everywhere. And I just stepped on one and boom, fell. I don't know if I'm bleeding. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, I wrote this today. I was so angered. I was like, they're banning the sale. Now they're banning the sale. Yeah, I'm okay. Man down! They're banning the sale of basically people selling swastika flags and the Southern flag at state events, like the state fair, the booths. Yeah, again, I don't like those things, and I don't want to see them either, but I don't like banning things. I think it also makes them more important. I wrote, anyone who fashions themselves as an artist of sorts and believes that hate symbols should be banned doesn't understand what art is and where it comes from. It comes from in here. And sometimes we have ugly things to get out. Sometimes we have pretty things to get out. That's what art is. That's how it works. Go listen to the Ramones' first record. There's lots of things on that today are considered shocking. But they had reasons for those things. Yeah. So, let's keep it moving. Hey, Stuart, are you watching? I want to chat with Stuart. He's a magic man, mama. That is one of my favorite songs. I do like Heart. Stuart Palm is the artist that I'm working with on the Satanic Playing Cards. It is part of the act. As Pee Wee Herman would say, I meant to do that. I literally was like, legs in the air, fell. Look, I have a giant bruise. Making sure I didn't break anything. That was pretty funny. You know what's interesting? Whenever you're falling, the act of trying not to fall sometimes makes it worse, and that's what that was. So we have about 20 names. It's like 19 names on the list for the contest tonight. Alec's in the contest. I know Alec is, and I think William is. I don't know who else is in here. I don't know if anybody else is in here. At any rate, I'm going to be rolling a D20. And here, I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to tell some magic stories. This is one of my dice trays. My dice tray business is up and running. I do custom versions of these. They're great. They sound good when you roll dice. Some of them have these. This one I put a dice throne. Here, let me put it here so you can see it. This has a little dice throne. And the dice throne is so when you're playing and you're rolling dice, right, you can eventually maybe put a lucky one there. I'm a nerd. I like this stuff. So D20s. There's a rainbow D20. I'll let somebody pick which one I roll. Here's a blue one. These are my actual Dungeon Master dice. And these are my initiative cards. All right, here we go. Here are my favorite D20s. Big boy. I roll this one. I'm really trying to hurt the players. I like the pink and the blue one the best. And then this one here, this company makes D20s that have the F word on the 1 and the yeah on the 20. And this is fun too. So any hoozles, I'm going to be rolling one of those to determine the winner tonight as I put away my dice. Now, this is my master dice hoard that I use for dungeon mastering. And I like having a few different dice. I play Dungeon Crawl Classics, and we use a lot of dice. We even use a D30. There's a D30. Weird one. We use a D5, a D7, a D30, D24, D16. We have a lot. All right, cool. So I got my dice ready. Let's tell a magic story. Also, if anybody has questions tonight, please ask me. I am running tonight on what? Seth MacFarlane's making a Revenge of the Nerds movie? Wow. Interesting. I hope it's a different story. So, let's tell a magic story. I wrote down, I had to write these down. I have too many. I can't, there's so many. If I sit, I could tell 4 hours worth of magic stories. But if you say, hey man, tell something crazy that happened, it'd take me a second. But the first ones that pop into my head is my Harry Potter story, my Swinger Club story. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell that one here. Oh yeah, biker gang stories. And I won't say which ones, but you can guess. Lots of Italian events. Drunk people. Oh! Yeah, the worst person I ever had to do magic for. I'll tell you that one. I don't know if I've ever told that one online. Yeah, those are the ones that just like immediately pop into my head. And then I can go on and on. One of the things that I get to do in my line of work is I'm the kind of guy, so I'm an independent performer. It's just me and a suitcase, right? Well, that's it. I'm going to tell some celebrity stories because they're pretty funny. Exactly. And I'd say 70% of my work comes from like agents and party planners who book me to go do the show. So I don't do the booking. They call me and go, hey, I got this gig. What do you want? Blah, 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 blah. Booked. So a lot of times I don't know the details of everything because I didn't talk to them on the phone. But I do get a breakdown. So a lot of times I don't know where I'm going, and then they open the door, and I'm like, oh, I know you. You're famous. And it happens a lot. They usually have the handlers call and do the booking. Some of them do it themselves. Some of them are very down to earth, and some of them you can tell they take out their own trash, and some of them they do not take out their own trash. But here's one. I've told this one on here, so if you know the end of this, don't spoil it. This is my favorite magic story to tell, and if I close my eyes, I can see it very detailed. It doesn't seem that long ago. I'm guessing I could figure out when it was. I don't want to. Somebody can look this up after I tell them. I'm curious of what year this happened. You'll be able to know. There's a couple of events that it ties into. So I got a call to do a Harry Potter event. Now, about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there was a lot of Harry Potter parties. And some of them were extremely elaborate. And I mean extreme. Like they transformed the area into Hogwarts. Harry Potter themed bar mitzvah, birthday, adult event, whatever. And I would do these gigs as Professor Cardone. It was easy. I didn't have to change anything. Just put the word professor. I teach at Hogwarts. Cool. There's my show. I mean, occasionally I would throw in a word. I know nothing about Harry Potter. I mean, I know a little bit. I've seen the first 3 movies. I did not read the books. I don't want to read the books. There's too many other books I'd rather read. Not that I have anything against Harry Potter. I'm totally fine with Harry Potter. I think it's fine. I enjoyed the first movie. The second and third, I don't remember. So, I get a call. It's a Harry Potter event. They told me right up who it was. It was Annie Leibovitz. And it was for her daughter, who was turning 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And I was like, cool. And they were like, oh, by the way, you're not going to do magic. You're going to be doing the Sorting Hat. So I was going to be the Sorting Hat, ventriloquist style. And I got the gig because I can really do it without moving my mouth. I'm not one of these ventriloquists. Hi, how are you? I'm okay. I'm great. I don't do that. I can do the real thing. So they're like, you're going to do the hat and it's going to look real and the kids are going to freak out. And great. Easy gig for me. So I get there. Now, Annie Leibovitz at the time lived in the West Village. She had 2 houses side by side, 2 brownstones. One was her office building. The other was her house. For those of you that don't know, she quite possibly is the most famous female photographer ever. She's huge. She's actually really tall, too. It was her, and she was throwing a party for her daughter. Great. I'm in. Sounds fun. I was warned that she's a little bossy. Whatever. It's great. A lot of celebrities they know what they want, and they have the money, and they it's not that they're bossy. They're just organizing it all, right? So I get to the gig. I walk in, and the first thing I realize, there's an owl wrangler. They have literally a guy with 3 owls on the perch setting it up. They're making the whole house look like Harry Potter. They decorated it to the T. Annie Leibovitz hired a Scholastic book expert, and I think he actually worked for Scholastic Books, to come in and make sure it was authentic. I'll get to him in a second. And so this guy's running around and he's doing his thing. Annie Leibovitz, very tall, very imposing, very bossy, very like, all right, we're gonna, very like, I mean, dude, she's a director photographer. I mean, she runs the show, so she's a boss type, and she's doing her thing. And she didn't really deal much with me. She was just like, all right, cool, you're the hat, you're doing the thing. All right, cool. So they gave me the puppet. It was a really nice Sorting Hat puppet. And did I run it lefty or righty that day? I must have. I do mostly lefty so that I have my free hand. But occasionally I do. I think I did it lefty. The puppet was fine. I remember the mouth didn't move so well. It was kind of whatever. I remember being like, fine, I'll make it work. And then I was doing the voice. I was like, hello. I'm not going to do it now. And the Scholastic guy kept going, can you make the voice a little lower? And I was like, no, dude. Like, I'm talking without moving my mouth, so there's only so much. If I'm going to do it loud, it's going to sound more like this. So I had to, like, get him out of the way. While I'm doing this, my buddy, Magic Al, if you're in Long Island, everybody knows who Magic Al is. He performs for kids. One of the best magic shows in New York City. He's a kid's magician that's, like, way good. He's setting up his show, and we're hanging out and just chatting, and the parents are there, the kids are there. Annie Leibovitz is bossing everybody around, and she keeps telling us, Annie, that there's a special guest. When the special guest comes, we all have to, like, stop what we're doing. I was like, all right. And then I went, oh, I think I know who it is. And the other people at the party, when I said who I thought it was, they were like, no way, he ain't coming. What are you, crazy? And I was like, I think he's coming. And I wish I bet money on it. They're like, no, he's not. So, whatever. We forgot about the special guest. The party starts. Magic Al does a magic show. And then as soon as the show's over, they have all the Hogwarts tables out and the kids are there. The Sorting Hat's going to sort the kids. That's my job. So I'm like sorting them and Slytherin and Hufflepuff. And the kids are all clapping. And, it's like the movie. It's like whatever. And then near the end of it, bing bong, the bell rings. Now, the tables are here, the kids. I'm here. The door's on that side of the room, right there. It's like there. And Annie Leibovitz is like here, and the kids are here. And the parents are actually not in this room. Magic Al was standing here, and the parents were just like in the back. And they were all like, ooh, who's the special guest? And Magic Al's there, and I wink at him, and I'm like, and here it goes. Annie Leibovitz opens the door, and hello, everybody. It's Daniel Radcliffe. Hello. And I'm like, I told you. He's on Broadway right now in Equus. And he's naked, I heard in the show. He's naked. So I knew as soon as she said, I was like, oh, I bet they're friends. So he's not dressed up at all. He's dressed in his regular clothes. What season was this? I don't remember. I don't remember being hot, like summer. And I don't remember being in a coat. So I don't really remember. It could be fall or winter. There's a way to find out. We just have to find out when her daughter's birthday is. This was then. So he comes in, hello! And all the parents are like, oh! And the kids are like, I mean, they're not freaking out. The parents are freaking out. And I'm freaking out because I was right. I was like, I told you. So he walks in. He's like, hello, everybody. And he's not there to perform. She didn't hire him to do an act. So what does he do? He sees the owl. The owls were over here. They were like against the wall here. And he went, hello, oh, I love owls. And he walked right over to the owls, and one of them jumped on him and attacked him. I swear to God. I think he put his arm out, and the thing like, whoosh, and he was just like, ah, ah, and the thing's flapping its wings, and it wouldn't come up. So the owl guy ran over and had to like, and get it back on this thing. I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, if I had that on film, I could have sold that to TMZ for a lot of money. Anyway, so he does that, and I was like, wow. And then I think I called, all right, Stuart Palm's in the room. Did I call you right after I did this show, Stuart? Because I did. I called a bunch of people. I was like, oh my God, you'll never believe this. So Harry Potter man himself, he's there. I think he's embarrassed. He doesn't have an act. He ain't there to perform. He did it as a favor, I'm sure. She said, hey, can you do this for my kid? He's like, hey, what the heck? I'll change this little girl's life. I'm going to blow her mind. This is going to be the best Harry Potter party in the world, right? I'm sure that's what he was thinking. And he seems like a beautiful kid. Like, nice guy, young, nice spirit. So he doesn't have anything to do. And so Annie Leibovitz goes, Daniel, I'm going to interview you. She actually said it like that. And I was like, this is awkward. So she's like, Daniel, what's it like being an actor? And he's like, oh, I love it. I get to travel. And the kids don't care. They're literally just like talking. The parents are there. I literally saw Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, bomb at a Harry Potter party. And then I immediately finished the gig. And, yes, it was in October. So Alec figured it out. Yeah, I called Stuart right away. I was like, dude, I called a bunch of magician friends of mine. I was like, man, this is nuts. Does anybody know what year? Look up Daniel Radcliffe Equus Broadway debut. Because that's what year it was. 06, 07, 08, 05, I don't know. My brain, I'm starting to lose track now. After you've done thousands of magic shows, I'm starting to lose them. I remember the funny ones and the bad ones and the October and Twins. That's right, there were two of them. I didn't really deal with the kids at all. I sorted them and that was it. I didn't even see them during the party part in the beginning. I mean, I did. I saw them, but I don't even remember. Usually I meet the birthday kid, and I don't remember meeting her there. So, because they were somewhere else. They were in another room doing another activity. Well, we have the artist of the Satanic Playing Cards in the chat room now. So anybody wants to ask questions, fire him in there. He's in there. What was I going to say? I was going to tell a couple more stories, and then we're going to roll the D20 and see who wins their face on a deck of cards. Yeah, so that's my go-to tell a crazy story. My second one is me getting hired to do a swingers club in Baltimore. I don't know if I'm going to tell that one. I will tell it eventually on here. I'm going to save it. But I will tell this one. Last year I did an epic one. Last year I got hired to do a 50th anniversary for a very famous motorcycle club that is infamous in many ways, shapes, and forms. Legendary, the most famous one of all time. And I won't say who they are. Support your local 81. Anywho, I've gigged for those guys many times, but it was usually in a convention setting. Like they hired me to do an event that they were running, never for a private meeting. And this was for a private meeting. So I wasn't sure what their demeanor was going to be. And my thought, 2007, Alec, grazie. That's the year. Yeah, it's a crazy story, man. It's true. Can't make that up. So I'm doing this very famous motorcycle club, and I'm wondering if they're gonna be not as like intimidating or a little looser because they're only amongst their own friends, you know. And it was people from all over the place, all over the country. And I'm curious of what you think, if they were loose or not. Well, I'll just tell you, they were not. They were still pretty. Aggressive isn't the word. They weren't aggressive, but they got a vibe. They look like they're ready to, even amongst their own kind. They were still tough guys. I did feel safe inside. They had a lot of people out front watching guard, and I'm glad they did because a few weeks later, somebody drove by their headquarters and shot a gun. A lot of shots. So, anywho, I get hired by everybody. I get hired by famous motorcycle clubs. I get hired by celebrity, you know, lots of Italians. And here's a funny one. People always say, you know, who's your favorite person you've performed for? Who's your least favorite person you've performed for? I've been asked that question a lot. And Stuart, I'm sure Stuart, who's in here, has also his own stories. We all do. The unique aspect of being a magician or a mentalist or anybody who does private entertainment, you get to be the belly and the beast. You get to be the outsider, the only outsider amongst a group, whether it be a family, a corporation, a motorcycle club, whatever. You're inside. I do lots of Orthodox Hasidic Jewish groups, and I'm the only goy. It's just me. Stuart Palm just said Aretha. That's what I was going to tell. So I got hired to do Aretha Franklin's birthday, and I also got to do, was it a year later? I did her after show party too. She had a show, and I got to be the after party entertainer. Aretha threw a party. I forget what year. It was her 70th birthday. It was about 3 or 4 years before she died, and she did not look sick. I mean, she was vibrant and healthy. So I was told she was also bossy. They were like, "Oh, she's bossy. Get ready." Again, she's not bossy. She's a diva for a reason. She knows what she wants. So Aretha threw a party and invited lots of politicians, lots of people from the news agencies, and, you know, celebrities. I was a little weirded out by how many politicians and news people were there. This is a weird scene. To me, that's a weird scene. I'm curious of why she's affiliated with that. I'll find out. There's an answer. So I'm there. There's only 50, 60 people. It's not that big of an event. It was at the Waldorf in the lounge. Was it the Waldorf or the Plaza? I'm starting to get blurry. I have all this written down. It was one of the fancy Midtown. They have like a nice foyer bar area. You walk in the hotel. And the party was there. So I was getting ready. I got a walkthrough. When I was doing the walkthrough, Aretha showed up early. And they kept it on the DL. So there wasn't like a big paparazzi out waiting. It was like a secret party. But alas, there really were still some that knew she was going to show up. So as I was upstairs doing the walkthrough, I saw people starting to show with cameras out front. Boom! The limo pulls up. She gets out with her date, who is not her boyfriend or anybody. I believe it was just a close friend of hers. She's wearing like a big fur coat. She gets out. Boom! She's the real thing. She does the poses, you know. She walked in the hotel and just like dropped the coat on the floor. I was like, oh my God, she knows what she's doing. She lives like boom on the floor and stood, right? And I was just like, oh wow. She walked through and she started giving orders, like move that there, do that. She had it exactly how she wanted. So-and-so's sitting here. Why is so-and-so sitting here? And she just set it up her way. Her table was off to the side. And then the celebrity types start showing it. I just do my thing. I do magic. And this was not a show. This was mingling. So I went table to table to table to table to table. And I did do magic for Aretha. She's great. She liked my magic. She liked it, but she wasn't engaged like some of these other people were because she was the star of the show, and she also had a lot of people bugging her. Like, everybody wanted to go have their minute with her, right? And so I had to time it just right to get in there, make sure she had a little bit, and then move on. So while I'm doing that, Attorney General Eric Holden's there, Charlie Rangel from our New York politician, Lawrence O'Donnell, Don Lemon. I can go on and on and on. They're all there. It's like 60 people of notability here, at least. And so I see sitting off alone, not talking to anybody, because a lot of people, we all knew each other. They were all walking around and hi, and they would sit and eat, and then so-and-so would come sit down, and I was having a blast. I remember Lawrence O'Donnell was really into magic. He's like, magic, right? He was way into it. Don Lemon, I don't think was that engaged. Maybe a little bit. I don't remember him much. But here's the one I remember. So I see sitting off to the side Al Sharpton and his very young girlfriend. She was 30. He's 70. I don't know. This is skinny Al Sharpton, too. He's very skinny now. And I saw him another time. I met him once at Port Authority years ago. And that's when he was big Al Sharpton with big hair. So now here he is with his lady. And I same thing, man. I assume people don't like magic or magicians. That's when I walk up to somebody, that's what I assume. And I also assume they think I'm some like, who the heck's this guy? Because I usually have some I think I had a white suit on that night. So, did I wear a white suit? I'm pretty sure I had my white suit on. Got a fuzzy. So, I say the same thing. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm the entertainer guy. I do magic. You want to see a little magic? Let's have some fun. Or, I don't know if I just did that, let's have some fun, I do magic. I'm very just open and like, hey, what's up? I'm the magic guy. You want to have some fun with magic? That's it. Occasionally, I'll do the opening line of like, you guys look like a fun group. Let's have some fun. I'm the magic guy. That's it. I get it over quick. And this is what happens. So his girlfriend is like, oh, wow, right? And this is what he does. I'm standing here. She's here, and Al Sharpton's here. And I'm like, hey, guys, you want to see magic? And he goes, that's literally what he did. I was like, whoa, okay. You could just say no or go away. I mean, it was just really awkward. But his girlfriend was like, oh, my God. So I just did it. I was like, all right, here, cool. So she's laughing and clapping and all the, and everything magical that happened, she would look at him and he literally was like, his energy was, I am not going to engage with you in any way, shape, or form. I mean, he was like, really awkward. So I could tell she was kind of noticed that it was awkward. And, but anyway, she had her bit. I kept it short and sweet. And as soon as I was done, she gave me the whole, like, sorry. Like, I got a fuzzy. There's too many fuzzies from this couch. She gave me the sorry look, like sorry. I was like, yeah, you can tell him what happened later. And then I left. I've never seen it that blatantly, just like, ugh. I mean, I've had people to my face be like, I hate magic, and I'd rather that. People usually hate magic because they have an ego problem. That's literally what it is. If they're fooled by a trick, they take it as an attack. And it hurts their ego, and they will make up how it works if they don't know, just to satisfy it. I've seen it. It's kind of sad when you see it. But yeah, that is definitely one of the worst persons I've ever had to perform for. I should have. I felt bad. I would have been like the heck with y'all, but she seemed very excited. A lot of times, and Stuart will tell you this one, I'll walk up to a table at a banquet, 15 people. I'll go, hey, what's up? I'm the magic guy. Want to have some fun? And as everybody's like, yay, one person will be like, no. Right? And you can see the whole group like, so my way of dealing with that is I'll be like, oh, so I guess he speaks for the group. If you guys want to see magic, you convince him and I'll come back. And usually at that moment, they shout him down and I just stay. Or sometimes they'll be like, yeah, hold on a second. And then I'll leave and then they'll do that. Yeah, no, that's really what it is. If somebody hates magic. Now, culturally, certain people from certain countries don't like magic. Some people think it's voodoo and evil. Other people, like from some of the Eastern European countries that had communist rulership, to them, magic's kind of a con game. It has a different connotation. It's like you're trying to trick me and con me, and you can't. I'm going to con you back. That's how they see a magic show. They're hard to entertain. You have to kind of change it up a bit. You have to get their trust, and once they realize you're good, then they might relax a bit. So it's a different technique. But yeah, most people that despise it, it's an ego game. They don't like to be fooled. They don't like wonder. They don't like to be in that moment of I don't know. I like being fooled by a good magic trick. And I'm the skeptic type that likes to know everything. But I don't mind magic fooling me at all. I think it's wonderful when it happens. It doesn't happen for long. If somebody shows me a trick that fools me, I'm fooled for like a minute and then I'll figure it out. Because I know all the principles. I just got to break them down a bit. And, I just realize what doesn't need to be in the act. And that's the secret. Shh, I shouldn't have said that. That's how I figure out a lot of things. I'm getting close to the dice here. Yeah, magic's a weird gig. Stuart Palm, who's in here, does it professionally too. And I'm sure he agrees with everything I'm saying. We all learn from on-the-job training. There ain't no school for this. I went to school to learn how to perform. But I didn't go to school to learn how to perform magic or to deal with the business end, meaning the relationship you have with the audience and the customer. That's not what actors do. Actors aren't taught any of that. There's no relationship between you directly to the audience. You have a relationship to this, which will go that way indirectly. I guess if you're doing monologue stuff, but it's still not the same because when I do magic, I'm presenting it as a reality because it is a reality because it's actually me doing these things. So it's very nuanced. It's not like an actor. And you're in somebody's house. Or you're at a catering hall. Or a nightclub or whatever the venue is, right? So I didn't learn any of that in school. That's on-the-job training. The other thing about magic is, unlike any other art form, you give me another one that fits this bill. I'm curious. What type of performing art works for two people, except for a guitar player or music? If a guy and a girl's on a date, what kind of act would you hire to entertain you? You wouldn't hire a juggler. I mean, you could. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying, what would you want to hire? Comedian? Storyteller? Puppet show? Contortionist? You might hire a magician or a mind reader act. Why? Because it plays on a small scale in an interactive format. And, it's very personal. And it's because the mentalist and magician are who they are. They're not acting. They're like, hi, nice to meet you. Let me demonstrate what I do that's weird. That's it. So I've been hired many times to do a magic show for two people. A date. I have a couple. They're both artists. And every year for their anniversary, they do special events where he takes her through the city and they have little interludes of things. One might be I'm in the park and they walk in and hey, I do a trick for them, right? I've done a lot of jobs where I do magic for 2 people. I've also done magic for 14,000 people. That's probably the biggest magic show I've done. It was between 12 and 14,000. Coney Island hot dog contest opening act. Way big crowd. Way big. Very different. Yeah. So magic can do both. And because of the swing of how different these shows are, yeah, okay, tarot. Yeah, there's one there. But tarot I wouldn't consider a performing art. Even though it kind of is at this point, because people hire them for events. But like a performing art, like, yeah, psychic reading, yeah. Mariachi band would be pretty funny just because if it's a whole band. But it's just not an interactive thing, you know. Music works for 2 people, of course. Juggle, you wouldn't hire a comedian for 2 people. Comedy's different. Comedy, you have to be going to laugh. It's hard to just grab somebody and make them laugh. I met Chris Angel personally once. Many, many, many years ago. He wasn't famous yet. He was just doing his show in Times Square. And I met him in a magic shop. He came in to just hang out and promote the show. He seemed cool. I've had friends that have worked for him too. I know people that have worked on his show. I personally have not worked on anything with him ever. Blaine I've met a few times, and he's actually seen me perform. He's come to see me a couple times. And Copperfield I met twice. Once when I was little at a show, because he always signs autographs at the end of the show. And the second time, I met him seeing another show, and he was sitting behind me. And it wasn't that many people, so we all kind of chatted for a second. But I guess Blaine is the one I've met the most, and he's seen me. He's come to see my show. He's seen me perform. Penn and Teller I haven't met, but I have friends that work for them. I have a friend who's been Teller's assistant. He's helped him. Yeah, it's a small scene, the magic scene. Not many. I've met Darren Brown. For those of you that don't know Darren Brown, look him up. He's probably my fave out of the famous guys. Darren Brown. Awesome. I do like Copperfield's stage production in TV shows. I think he's cool. Copperfield's well-rounded. He can do the manipulation. He can do magic. He can do illusions. He can dance. He's got good timing. He can be funny. He's got a little bit of the whole thing. Yeah, magic is a weird gig, man. It really... I've learned so much about different groups, different cultures. I've learned about human psychology like you can't believe. My mind reading buddy, Stuart Palm, my partner in the Satanic Playing Cards, which is live right now on Kickstarter, folks. Yay, there it is. He'll tell you this too. Being a magician is like getting to do a long research project on human psychology, because we get to see how people react by doing it thousands of times. 1,000 times people see my trick, and I get to see where they look, how they look, what they're reacting at, and like the emotional response it causes. And then if you add on top of that me using psychological tactics to get them to follow my directions, I've really learned how to do this and really understand a lot. Understand how people react to things and predict what they're going to do. And this is interesting. I'm going to end on this note, and then we're going to roll the dice. And Stuart, you'll agree to this. There's an old saying, if you really could read minds, no one would really want to do that. It would make you go nuts, right? I'm sure there's Twilight Zone episodes about this stuff. If you can know what people are thinking about you and everything else at all times, you would lose your mind. It wouldn't be cool. It would be very hurtful and... Brother Nick, if you live down the road from Great Throdini, tell him I said hi, because I'm good friends with him. I've been to his house a million times. I was actually at Throdini's house a few months ago. So I was near you, Brother Nick. Yeah, we had a dinner party at his house. Throdini made me ravioli. Throdini's a really good cook. Him and his lady are awesome. Anywho, if you could really read minds, you would lose your mind. But I gotta say, I've gotten to the point where I'm able to read body language, subtle cues, and really know what's going on when people tell me things, to the point where it is a little maddening. So a word of warning if anybody decides to go that path. It is a little maddening when you can start really reading behavior. And Stuart, I know you do too. He's saying to shut off at times. Yeah, I have a hard time. Especially when I've gotten really good at the body language bit. And I can tell when there's BS now, and it's really hard not to just point it out sometimes. So, yeah, Guy Lombardo Avenue. I was just there. He's got a sick house. It's got a really weird shape, but when you're inside, it's crazy. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. The Great Throdini, anybody. You want to check out? There's not many variety artists alive today that people are going to be talking about once we're all dead. But I do think Throdini's going to be in there. I do. He's a world record holder. He's a great performer. His show is one of the most dramatic variety shows I have ever seen. I got to see his first performance in New York City ever. His first performance ever, I believe. I was there. It was in Times Square. It was at the Palace of Variety Theater. I was running a weekly show, and he did a show there. And, cool. All right. Let's get to this contest, folks. I'm curious. Yeah, reading people. There's some good YouTube videos, too. If you want to look up body language, it's great videos. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right now, here's the dice. And here's the cards. And that's the Joker, the Doctor. I believe the next Joker is going to be called the Maestro. And for those of you who know who the Maestro is, you're going to love it. All right, so here they are. That is the box. That is the cards. That is the back. I don't know if that's the new stuff, though, Stuart. I might have the old stuff in here. And we are going to roll that D20. And, dude, someone's going to get their likeness on a playing card. We don't know where yet. We're not sure if it's going to be one of the jacks or if this one's going to be a beast. There's some things that might be in here that we haven't gone through yet. We're still sorting out a couple deals. We basically know, what do you think, Stewie? What? 90% of what everything is. There's a little 10% here where we're still making some decisions. Oh, right. The back is different now. The back is way better now. All right. If you go to Kickstarter, you'll see it's all in there now. The Kali card. Wow. That's new. And now we're going to be working on... Hold on. Hecate. Our Greek witch. Love her. We're going to be working on a hedge witch. A European hedge witch. She's going to be one of the queens. Or a crone. And then we are also going to do... I forget what the other one. So they're all mapped out. We're just now nailing them now one at a time. So whoever wins, you're going to have your likeness somewhere in the deck. You'll be able to get your cards out and go, see that? Who's it look like? And they're going to be like, whoa. Okay. Oh, yeah, Lilith. That's another one we're working on. These are the queens. And then the jacks, we're still making some decisions. I believe Baal or Moloch, one of those two is going to be in there. So we'll see. At any rate, one of you is going to use... Now, let's see here. Which dice should we use? I don't want to use the... let me see. Yeah, the big one's easy to see. Let me see. This one. The pink one. The rainbow one's heavy. The blue one feels normal. Yeah. It's crazy. This rainbow dice is way heavier. Okay. I don't know. Which dice should I use? Whoever types it in first. Which color? Pink, blue, giant, or rainbow? Pink, blue, giant, or rainbow? I'll let anybody pick this one. Whoever types it the fastest. Pink, blue, rainbow. Stuart, you're in. That was fast. Thank you, Stuart. This is one of my favorite. I don't use this one a lot when I Dungeon Master. I don't know if you can see. It's got this awesome rainbow hue to it. And when you shine a light through it, it looks really sick. All right. Brother Nick said blue. Too late. It's going to be rainbow. Oh, there goes the rainbow dice. Hold on. I hope I don't fall. Okay. God. When you get to be my age and you just fall a little bit, it hurts a lot more. All right, let me get out my list. And where the hell's my list? All right. Some of you are on here as a double entry. And it's because you posted it more than once. Not fair, though. I wrote it before you asked. Ah! I love it. All right, here we go. I don't use this dice that often. So right here, folks, I'm going to roll this dice right now live on YouTube. Whoever, whatever number comes up, I'm going to go down. I'm going to say their name. I'm going to find you and message you if you're not watching on Instagram. And you get your likeness on. Your next job is to give me, I'm guessing, Stuart, should they send 3 images? Like a straight and a couple little profilies? Something like that? Something of their, what they want, their face. Here we go, folks. I'm nervous. I'm curious of who this is. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. I didn't even look at it. Hold on. Let's do it with the camera on. All right, here we go. Let's move this all away. I want this to be fair. Hold on. All right, here it is. 3, 2, 1. Unlucky 13. Okay, who is it? I can't. It's Wes Vanderpool 97. So if your name is Wes Vanderpool 97, you just got your likeness in the Satanic Playing Cards. So, yeah. I think I rolled a 9 last week's contest. I'm getting all the fun numbers. So Wes Vanderpool 97, you're going to have your likeness in the cards. You're going to be able to go, hey, look, I'm the monster sitting on the throne, or whatever it ends up being. I don't know yet. So I'm going to message you after the show. Cool. Sorry, folks, if you're watching and didn't get in, but yeah, that person's going to be pretty psyched. Now, anybody has extra cash to throw around, there is a reward on Kickstarter for $1,000. You can get your likeness, and on that one, whoever picks that is probably going to be Ball or one of the queens. But yeah, this is very cool. So the announcement I have to make tonight with Stuart here is, Stuart, I'm going to call you as soon as we're done here. Stuart's in Hong Kong. Good morning. Should we put it up tonight or tomorrow morning? For me, up to you. We could do it right now. We are going to add one more reward thing. And it's going to be this. That t-shirt. That's Stuart Palm right there, the actual artist and friend of mine who's drawing these insanely awesome pictures wearing the actual shirt. We've been looking around for the best printer we could find because we don't want it to be crap. We want it to be nice. I am extremely picky with t-shirts. And that is a shirt we're going to have on Kickstarter. I don't know if we're going to have it up tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll know right now. It's not going to take us long to put it up. But, Stuart, I need a little help here. You're not going to have to click another package. You're just going to add funds to what you've already bid on. That's all it is. So if you said, I'm going to go for the Satanic playing cards and just get one deck, they're $19. If you think it's expensive, it's not. When you see the cards and hold them in your hand, you're going to be like, these are nice. If you want that and then you want to get the shirt, you're going to go on to Kickstarter and you're going to add, Stuart, they're adding $29? Is that what it is for the shirt? I think the shirt's $29. Or is it $25? It's either $25 or $29. I think it's $29. They're not cheap. They're hard to get made at this quality with the nice color print like that. I don't have the ball sketch in my Streamlabs. I'll do that one tomorrow on the show. Or on Friday. Friday I'm doing a Behind the Devil's Curtain. Yeah, he started sketching out ball, and it looks cool. Yeah, I don't have it. It's in my phone. It's in my... wait, hold on. Maybe I can. Hold on here. I'm not very good with computers. Wow, there's a terrible delay on this. Hold on. Let's see here. No, I can't do it. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm such a computer dummy. You're going to have to just stay tuned because that's the next revelation is going to be ball. Folks, there's only 10 days left for the Satanic playing cards. They're going to be cool. It's going to be an infamous pack of... That's what we wanted. Let's make an infamous, really awesome, fun pack of playing cards. And so we went all the way with the Satanic playing cards. And... hold on. Oh. When there's a... show your phone on the camera. I can't because I use my phone as the camera. Yeah. Okay. You need to be a backer, and you can choose any deck option, because there's a few. You can get one deck, 3 decks, deck with video, right? And then add the price we end up with. Yeah, there's a big lag tonight. Yeah, that's what it is. So, everybody, check the Kickstarter. Stuart, let me know if you want to do it tonight or tomorrow morning, because I don't think it's going to take too long, but we are going to chat. So, keep checking that Kickstarter. Also, folks, we're doing really well. We're at $11,000 right now. I never thought we would have done that. But we think we can get it to higher, like 15 to 20,000. But we need help. We need people to like pass it around a bit. So if you know any friends or family or people that like this kind of stuff, let them know. Yeah, I think people are going to dig this. I wish we could had a way to tell everybody, but we have friends to spread the word, and so far it's been pretty cool, man. This is my first Kickstarter, and I'm blown away by the support, so thank you. This right here was a Kickstarter project that I supported, and now I'm a major fan of this game. Kickstarter's cool, man. It's brought it to a new level of where the artists can go straight in. The spirits are talking to you? Yeah, maybe they are. All right, folks. It is 9:16. There's a snowstorm out there, a big one. And I would like to go run around in the snow on the beach. I'm actually going to put on some big old boots and a coat and go run around the ocean right now. Go on the beach. I want to see. I love snowstorms on the beach. And tomorrow and Friday looks like surfy days. I hope tomorrow's not too massive. I hope it's a little more manageable. Friday and Saturday look fun. I'm going to be surfing. All right, so tonight. So I'm going to get off of this now, and I'm literally going to call Hong Kong, and we're going to bang this out. So in like an hour, look at Kickstarter. The shirts are going to be up, and you're going to be able to hit it, and we want to get our number up. We thought it's a good idea. People love the shirts. We want to get that money and invest it into the best products we can. We're basically going to end up doing our own new business of product that I would wear myself. Things that I like that I would personally wear. I like what Stuart just said. Stuart just said, if you have friends that don't like the project we're doing, yeah, let them know so they can raise hell. Yeah, seriously, that's fine too. Well, I think we have a lot of different types that are going to like these cards. It's not going to just be one type. I think it's funny, like dark things with the devil, everybody's attracted to it for different reasons. Some people are attracted to it because they don't like it, but they're still kind of attracted to it. Other people like me, I've always been attracted to devilish imagery. It actually makes me feel kind of cozy. I get this cozy, mysterious vibe just in seeing the imagery. Yeah, I mean, I've always felt that way, even when I was little. Yeah, folks, this was a fun night. I had a blast. When I don't make a plan, sometimes these are more fun. And I'm also going to message our winner tonight. So everybody who's watching, I'm going to end it with the outro and a couple little trailers. Tomorrow night, or Friday night, Behind the Devil's Curtain, Episode 5, Hacking God. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. And I am also excited. We only have 10 days left for this Kickstarter. Let's get it going. I want to see this get higher and higher. I think we can do it. A lot of people are going to freak out when they see these cards. If you're going to get them for a present, they're going to freak out. Do a magic trick, fool. Is that for me? You want to see a magic trick? Who, me? Warm and darkies. I don't have my glasses. I'm like... You want to see a magic trick? I don't really... It's funny, I'm not in the mood to do magic just because of how much magic I've done today. Here, this is the only thing I have. And most of you have seen me do this before, but I'll do this. And for those of you that haven't, if you enjoy what you're watching tonight, all I ask is subscribe. Hit the notify bell and like the video. And if you got cash to throw around, by Jolly, right there. Streamlabs.com/Adam Cardone. I've made enough money on this already to buy a bunch of things. So one of my favorite things to do live on the video, on this, like I did today in Zoom, is to do some of the visual stuff. These are brand new B cards. A lot of people think you can't use brand new B cards to do sleight of hand magic, and that you need special playing cards. Watch this. Let me see here. I don't know if these are broken in yet, though. They're definitely not broken in. Yeah, they're not broken in yet. But they are kind of crispy. Let's try this. All right, I'm going to end on a good note. Ooh, this is the ooh and ah. Watch. Ooh. Ah. How about this? Oh, God. I didn't even see that one go. Look. Whoa. Man, my hands today are a little tired. Because I've been doing this all day today. But you know what? I actually never, ever, ever get tired of practicing this kind of stuff. No way. No way. Because it's one of the... Oh, God. The more I do it, the better it's getting. So... The thing is, if I get it to this... Oh, there we go. Hold on. Now I'm making another mess again. Oh my God, are you kidding me? It's never, ever ending. And on that note... Wait. And that's that. My favorite trick to do. You guys have been a blast. I love doing magic for you and telling my stories. And I'm glad that I have an audience. Without an audience, we have nothing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Stuart, I'm going to be calling you soon. Everybody else, Friday night, Behind the Devil's Curtain, Episode 5, Hacking God. Don't miss it. And I'll see you Friday right here live on YouTube. You guys rule. Rock and roll. Party on Wayne. And where the heck is my end credits?